Welcome to my channel, Grand Deck Getaway. Imagine stepping onto a cruise ship expecting the cozy little inside cabin you paid for, and instead finding out you've been bumped up to a balcony with ocean views, fresh sea air, and a whole lot more space without paying a single extra dollar. Sounds impossible, right? Well, the truth is, it happens far more often than most passengers realize. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can make it happen for yourself. Whether you're a first-time cruiser trying to stretch your budget or a seasoned traveler who loves getting more for your money, there are hidden strategies, overlooked opportunities, and insider tricks that cruise lines hope you never figure out. Because the moment you understand how their upgrade system really works, you suddenly gain the power to turn an ordinary cabin into something way better sometimes. Even into a suite just by being smarter, more prepared, and knowing what to say at the right moment. In this video, I'm breaking down the real secrets behind scoring free upgrades on any cruise line. From timing your booking perfectly, to using little-known loyalty loopholes, to the simple onboard habits that quietly increase your chances. By the time you're done watching, you'll have a complete playbook that works whether you're resailing budget-friendly lines or luxury brands. So settle in, because if you love cruising and love saving money even more, these tips are going to change the way you book every trip from now on. One book during low-demand weeks when it comes to scoring free cabin upgrades. It's one of the most reliable and most overlooked strategies is booking your cruise during low-demand weeks. Lines operate on a simple supply and demand system. When lots of people want to sail, every cabin fills fast, leaving little room for upgrades. But during slow seasons, ships are far from full, especially in the higher cabin categories like balconies, mini-suites, and full suites. This creates a perfect opportunity for cruise lines to bump passengers up so they can resell popular lower-tier cabins to last-minute bookers. By choosing sail dates in early December, mid-January after the holidays, late September, or even certain weeks in spring, you're already putting yourself in a prime position for a complimentary upgrade. These periods are known as shoulder seasons. Families are back at work and school. Weather is mild but not peak, and travelers haven't started their vacation rush yet. Cruise lines would rather upgrade you than leave a premium cabin empty, because empty cabins don't generate extra revenue on board. Think about it from their perspective. If they move you from an inside cabin to a balcony, they open up cheaper cabins to sell and also increase the chance you'll spend more money. Since upgraded passengers often feel happier and more generous on board. So if your schedule is flexible, choosing a less popular week might be the easiest upgrade trick you'll ever use, and it doesn't cost you a thing. 2. Use the guarantee cabin strategy. Guarantee cabins can feel like a gamble, but when played smartly, they're one of the best methods for landing a free upgrade on any cruise line. A guarantee cabin means you pay for a certain cabin category light inside, ocean view, or balcony, but the cruise line selects your exact room. You don't choose the cabin location. Instead, you're promised at least that category, and sometimes something better. Here's why this trick works. When cruise lines oversell their lower categories, which they often do on purpose, they need to shift passengers around to maintain availability. Guarantee cabin holders are always the first to be moved because they haven't been assigned a room yet. This makes you the perfect candidate for an upgrade. In many cases, you might end up jumping 1 or even 2 categories. The secret is understanding the risk. You might receive a cabin in a less desirable location, like near an elevator or a lower deck, but if your goal is a possible upgrade without paying more, this strategy works in your favor. Booking early increases your chances even more, because the earlier you book, the more time the cruise line has to determine availability and adjust cabins. It's almost like giving the cruise line flexibility in exchange for a better chance at a surprise upgrade. If you the kind of cruiser who doesn't mind where your cabin is located, as long as you get a great deal, the guarantee option can be a golden path to an unexpected balcony or even a suite. 3. Build loyalty, even at the lowest tier. One of the biggest myths in cruising is that loyalty perks only matter once you hit the top tiers of a cruise line S program. But here, the surprising truth. Even the lowest level of loyalty, sometimes earned after just one sailing, can put you ahead of thousands of passengers. When upgrade decisions are made, cruise lines treat loyalty very seriously because they want guests to keep returning. That means even a brand new member has priority over someone who has never sailed with them before. So even if you've only completed a single cruise, you're already in a better position than a first-timer. Plus, many cruise lines offer status matching programs that allow you to match your loyalty level from a hotel chain, airline, or another cruise line. For example, if you have status with Hilton or Marriott, you can sometimes match those levels to a partnering cruise line, which immediately raises your upgrade ranking. The trick is to stick with one cruise brand or one brand family so your loyalty builds quickly. Royal Caribbean and Celebrity share benefits, Carnival and Princess share some alignments, and MSC offers generous matching. Once you're part of their system, you start receiving exclusive offers, member-only deals, and occasionally random complimentary upgrades sent to your email. Remember, loyalty isn't just about future rewards. It impacts your priority right now. Even if you're not in a top tier, your booking gets flagged as past passenger, giving the cruise line more incentive to make your trip memorable. Sometimes that's all it takes to get moved to a better cabin. 4. Book through the right travel agent. Travel agents Dan T just book cruises. They unlock opportunities you may never have access to on your own. Many cruisers Don T realize that certain travel agencies hold specialized agreements with cruise lines that grant them exclusive pricing, complimentary perks, and yes, extra chances for passenger upgrades. These agents often book in bulk or specialize in cruises, giving them a unique level of influence. Cruise lines prefer rewarding agencies that send them consistent business, and one of the ways they do that is by offering special upgrade promotions only available through those agencies. When you book directly, you're competing with thousands of independent travelers. But when you book through a top-tier travel agent, you're suddenly part of a group booking, even if you didn't. Know it, which is one of the easiest pathways to getting a better cabin. Travel agents also know exactly when cruise lines typically release upgrades, what ships usually offer more space to move passengers, and how to position your reservation to get noticed. The best agents monitor price drops for you, look for refaring opportunities, and even better, contact cruise lines on your behalf to request upgrades. Sometimes cruise lines approve upgrades simply because an agent asks professionally at the right time. When booking, ask your agent directly, do you have any upgrade promotions or group space for this sailing? The right agent can save you time, effort, and money while positioning you for one of the easiest upgrades you'll ever receive. 5. Watch for price drops and refare your cruise if you truly want to increase your chances of scoring a free upgrade. Monitoring price changes is one of the smartest moves you can make. Cruise fares fluctuate constantly sometimes, dropping hundreds of dollars overnight. Cruise lines allow passengers to refare their booking. If the price goes down before final payment, this means you can call the cruise line or your travel agent and request to adjust your booking to the new lower price. But here's where the magic happens. When the price drops on higher cabin categories, such as balconies or mini suites, cruise lines often upgrade passengers from lower categories to balance availability. By keeping a close eye on fares, you position yourself perfectly for this. Imagine you booked an inside cabin, but suddenly the price of an ocean view drops. If you refare, the cruise line might upgrade you automatically because it's cheaper for them to move you than to refund money. Use tools like price alert websites, cruise fare trackers, or even Google Alerts to monitor changes. Check prices regularly morning and evening because cruise lines adjust them frequently. Refaring shows the cruise line you're an active, engaged customer, and this often places you higher on upgrade lists. Many cruisers Dan T realize they have this right at S, one of the most powerful upgrade tools available. And the best part? It doesn't cost you anything, and it works on nearly every major cruise line. You save money and increase your chances of a better cabin. 6. Bid for upgrades strategically and low. Many cruise lines now offer upgrade bidding programs where passengers can submit bids for higher cabin categories at a price they choose. The names vary: Royal Up, Move Up, and Upgrade Advantage, but the system is similar across the board. Most people assume they need to bid high to win, but the truth is, cruise lines consider more than just the bid amount. They look at loyalty level, booking date, cabin availability, and how many passengers are bidding. That's why even low bids often win, especially close to sailing when the cruise line just wants to fill unsold cabins. The key is strategy. Start with a low bid. Not the minimum, but close. Cruise lines want you to feel like you're re-getting a deal while they still earn extra revenue. Avoid bidding too early. Wait until 7 to 10 days before sailing, when upgrade decisions start being finalized. Also, bid on multiple categories if the system allows it. For example, you can bid separately for a balcony, a mini suite, and a suite. Sometimes your lower bid on a smaller upgrade gets accepted simply because fewer people targeted that category. Another trick is choosing a slightly unusual number, for example, $51 instead of $50. Many systems rank bids by numerical position, and unique bids occasionally slip through more easily. Even though the strategy isn't technically free, it often provides massive discounts, sometimes under $50 for a balcony, or hundreds less for a suite. And winning a low bid can still trigger secondary upgrades for others, increasing free upgrade chances across the ship. 7. Be early or be very last minute. Timing is everything when it comes to cruise upgrades, and surprisingly, two opposite booking styles tend to receive the most attention from cruise lines: booking very early or very last minute. Both give cruise lines flexibility, and flexibility is what generates upgrades. When you book early, sometimes a year in advance, the cruise line sees you as a committed passenger. They can adjust cabin categories as bookings evolve, especially if lower-level cabins oversell. Early bookers are often first in line for complimentary upgrades because cruise lines want to keep these passengers happy and loyal. On the opposite side of the spectrum, last-minute booking can also work heavily in your favor. When a sailing is just days or weeks away and the ship still has unsold balconies or suites, cruise lines sometimes offer free automatic upgrades to passengers who booked lower categories. Why? Because they want to resell cheaper cabins to last-minute travelers who are looking for bargains. If you can travel spontaneously, booking within 7 to 21 days of sailing can be a goldmine. But here's the trick: don't choose your cabin. Select the guarantee option so the cruise line is free to move you. Being one of the last people assigned a room often increases your upgrade probability because they must balance inventory. Whether you're an early planner or a spontaneous adventurer, both extremes work in your favor. Just avoid the middle. The passengers who book 3 to 5 months out are usually the least likely to receive free upgrades because demand is at its highest. 8. Mention special occasions, but honestly, cruise lines love celebrating special occasions. And sometimes acknowledging a meaningful event can help nudge you toward an upgrade. Birthdays, anniversaries, honeymoons, and milestone celebrations can all put a friendly spotlight on your booking. When added to your reservation, these occasions signal to the cruise line that your trip is special. And special events often receive priority treatments, sometimes even complimentary upgrades when available. But honesty matters. Cruise lines see thousands of these requests each year, and they know when guests are trying to cheat the system. Be genuine, and keep your explanation short and friendly. You can mention it when booking, add it through the cruise planner, or even politely mention it at guest services on board. Hi, we're celebrating our anniversary this week. If any cabin upgrades become available, we'd be grateful if you'd keep us in mind. Don't demand, don't expect. Just express it politely. Staff members appreciate respectful travelers, and kindness goes a long way on a cruise ship. Some guests have been upgraded simply because they treated the crew well and had a positive attitude. Also, cruise lines love creating memorable moments because it boosts their ratings and reviews. If a balcony or ocean view opens up and they can make your celebration more special, they sometimes do it without hesitation. While this isn't a guaranteed method, it's a helpful human approach that often gives you an edge over other passengers. And even if it doesn't result in an upgrade, crew members may still surprise you with something complimentary. 9. Build a good onboard relationship, believe it or not. The way you interact with the crew can influence your upgrade chances, not just on future cruises, but sometimes on the same sailing. Guest services staff, hotel management, and loyalty representatives hold much more power than most passengers realize. They're the ones who see last-minute cancellations, no-shows, or empty cabins that become available after boarding. These cabins sometimes get reassigned or upgraded to passengers who've made a good impression or politely asked. Being courteous, patient, and respectful matters. Remember, thousands of passengers speak to these crew members every day, and many of them complain. When you're the calm, friendly person who treats the staff well, your name becomes memorable in a good way. One simple line can make a difference. If any cabin upgrades become available during the sailing, I'd love to be considered. Say it once, politely, without pressure. Sometimes management makes quiet adjustments during the first 24 hours to accommodate. special requests, or redistribute cabin assignments. Additionally, attending loyalty events, welcome gatherings, or captain's receptions can place you in front of people who have direct access to cabin availability. Cruise staff appreciate passengers who contribute positively to the ship's atmosphere, and they often reward them when the opportunity arises. While these upgrades are rarer than pre-cruise upgrades, they absolutely do happen. The key is being the kind of guest crew members want to help. A smile, polite conversation, and respect go further than you might imagine on a cruise ship. 10. Use cruise line credit cards and status match. Cruise line credit cards and loyalty status matches are often underestimated tools that can significantly increase your upgrade chances. Many cruise lines offer co-branded credit cards that come with perks such as priority boarding, extra loyalty points, onboard credits, and special upgrade offers exclusive to cardholders. These offers often arrive by email and include discounted or complimentary upgrades that regular passengers never even see. But the real power comes from status matching. Many cruise lines participate in programs where they match your loyalty level from a hotel chain, airline, or even another cruise line. For example, if you hold silver, gold, or platinum status with a major hotel brand, you may qualify for an equivalent or, sometimes even higher status on the cruise line. This instantly moves you ahead of thousands of passengers in upgrade priority. Higher loyalty status means earlier access to promotions, better odds of landing pre-cruise upgrades, and even being flagged for complimentary bump-ups. Cruise lines want loyal guests, and being able to show loyalty even through a matched status creates that impression. Another advantage of using cruise line credit cards is the ability to accumulate points quickly. Those points can be used for room upgrades, specialty dining, or even free cruises. The more value you generate for the cruise line, the more likely they are to reward you. Combining both strategies, credit card perks and loyalty matching, puts you into an elite category without years of cruising. It's one of the smartest ways to level up instantly and make yourself stand out when cruise lines review upgrade lists. Well, my great audience, as we wrap up, remember that scoring a free upgrade on any cruise line isn't about luck. It's about knowing how the system works and using simple strategies that most passengers never think about. Whether you book during low-demand weeks, use the guarantee cabin trick, build loyalty, bid smart, or simply treat the crew with genuine respect, each of these tips gives you a real edge on your next vacation. You don't need to spend more to cruise better, you just need to be informed. So before your next sailing, try at least 2 or 3 of these methods and watch how the cruise experience transforms. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to like the video. Subscribe for more insider cruise secrets, and drop a comment sharing which tip you're going to try first. Your dream upgrade might be closer than you think. Sometimes it's just one smart move away.